This is T339, Development Technology. Among the diagrams used in UML 2.x, which of the following is the diagram that can represent the interactions based on messages sent or received between objects? A. Component diagram. B. State machine diagram. C. Sequence diagram. Or D. Use case diagram. In order to solve this question, we need to understand a bit more about UML, or Unified Modeling Language. This is a general-purpose development modeling language in the field of software engineering that is intended to provide a standard way to visualize the design of a system. UML is an important aspect involved in object-oriented software development. It uses graphic notation to create visual models of software systems and also algorithms. A sequence diagram in the context of UML represents object collaboration and is used to define event sequences between objects for a certain outcome. Given here is an example of a sequence diagram of email message sequence. So here we have our computer and also our server, which are going to interact. We have the check email, which will become the user's input into the computer. Here we can do a variety of tasks, such as send unsent emails. We'll tell the server to do this. We can also create a new email, which will also retrieve a response from the server. We also have two other functions which perform similar outputs. Sequence diagrams describe interactions between objects in terms of an exchange of messages over time. More specifically, sequence diagram represents the interactions between objects based on messages sent or received between them. A sequence diagram is a good way to visualize and validate various runtime scenarios. These can help to predict how a system will behave and discover responsibilities an object may need to have in the process of modeling a new system. Therefore, C is the correct answer. Let's look at how the other answers relate to UML. So A, component diagram, is a type of UML diagram that illustrates and defines the overall components that are part of the composite software system. This diagram defines the architectural structure of how the entire system in terms of components and how they are interconnected. Component diagrams are very important from implementation perspective. So here we have a component diagram for a library management system. You can see that at the top level we have the database server. This then connects down to the application server, again to the web server, and then we have our clients, 1, 2, and we can have up to n clients. This shows how the components all interconnect. B, the state machine diagram, identifies states and transitions of an object as it proceeds its life cycle throughout the system. State machine diagrams, also called state diagrams, are a traditional object-oriented way to show behavior and to document how an object responds to events, including internal and external stimuli. This behavior is represented and analyzed in a series of events that occur in one or more possible states. Each diagram represents objects and tracks the various states of these objects throughout the system. The figure here shows the state machine diagram showing the basic states and actions. So here we have a win state and also a loss state. We can transfer between the win and the loss state by producing a win. If we produce a win, we'll go to the win state, and if we produce a loss, even after being in the win state, we'll go to the loss state. The new game will introduce us straight into the win state, and we can also have an end game function taking us to the end state. Finally, in D, the use case diagram is a dynamic or behavioral diagram in UML. Use case diagrams model the functionality of a system using actors and use cases. Use cases are a set of actions, services, and functions that the system needs to perform. In this context, a system is something being developed or operated, such as a website. The actors are the people or entities operating under the defined roles within the system. So here we have the use case diagram for an online bookstore. So the web customer, shown here, can do one of two things: browse items or purchase items. And this is within the Books Online section. So in this video the answer was C. Overall here we've looked at UML and all the plethora of cases that it can be used to model and also show algorithms, as well as show overall architectures.